Okay, so what we are going to tell again, we are starting our class. So first we will talk about our solid angle. Okay. So what is our solid angle? So the definition says the definition of intensity involves the concept of a solid angle. A solid angle is a 3D angular volume that is defined analogously to the definition of the plane angle in two dimensions. A plane angle theta made up of the lines from 2 points meeting at the vertex is defined by the arc length of a circle subtended by the lines and by the radius of that circle as shown below. So you can see here A and B and 0 and theta is the plane angle. Okay. The dimensionless unit of the plane angle is the radian. With 2 pi radians is a full circle. We know 1 pi is 180 degrees, so 2 pi is equal to 360 degrees. Okay. So for theta equals to 1 I by r in radians. A solid angle omega made up of all these lines from a closed curve meeting in the vertex. So here you see it is a closed curve, that is a vector. So in that closed curve, this area, if I called up this area, this particular area, that will be same thing like this. This is if it is a for a planar, this is for a solid. If it is a closed curve, then that angle particular there is called actually the solid angle. Is defined by the surface area of a sphere subtended by the lines and by the radius of the sphere as shown below. The dimensionless unit of the solid angle is steradian. This is called steradian with 4 pi steradians in a full sphere because this is full sphere. So it is of 4 pi steradian. So the now this it is theta is equal to L by R. Now it is being changed to omega equals to A by R square, where A is the area on the surface of the sphere, by R is the radius of the sphere, and total is 4 pi radians for a full sphere. So that is solid angle. I will give you this note and you can understand it more better. Okay. So next is our so why somebody is joining and then is going, I don't know. So next our topic will be more parameters that we are discussing about. So more parameters that we are going to discuss will be now our next topic. So what is the next parameter? We have discussed about the two parameters. One is directivity, and then we have discussed about the radiation and all that thing. Now we will discuss about the gain. What do we mean by gain? Okay. So let us stop this sharing and share the okay. Yes. Can you see the full screen? So this is the first next parameter that is called the gain. So what is gain? According to the standard definition, gain of the antenna, we are reading this thing, okay? According to the standard definition, gain of the antenna is the ratio of radiating intensity in a given direction to the radiation intensity. That will be obtained if the power accepted by the antenna were radiated isotropically. Now, this is another important thing. What do you mean by isotropic? Anybody? Isotropic, anisotropic? Hello? Do you know what is isotropic? What is anisotropic? Nobody is answering. I don't know. Are you listening to something? Excuse me. Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
So anybody knows what is isotropic?
No, sir.
Okay, so that no, sir, please tell it, or how I can know about the isotropic and anisotropic that you know. So an isotropic radiator, if I tell about the isotropic radiator, an isotropic radiator, isotropic antenna is a point source of electromagnetic or sound waves which radiates the same intensity of radiations in all directions. It has no preferred direction of radiation. It radiates uniformly in all directions over a sphere centered on the source. Isotropic antennas are used as reference antennas with which other sources are compared. For example, in determining a gain of antennas, we use the isotropic antenna. Understand?
Yes, sir.
That means in all direction radiation is called isotropic. Not in a fixed direction, but all direction. That means if this is an antenna's point or this is a point of radiations, then it will radiate like this, all direction. So it will not radiate in a particular like this direction or like this direction or like this direction or like this direction. It will radiate like a sphere, like this. This is what radiation. This is another radiation. This is another radiation. So from this, the radiation will be radiated like this. So in unidirectionally and in all direction, we do the radiation. Understand? So that is called isotropic. So according to the standard definition, that means according to the definition, gain of the antenna is the ratio of the radiation intensity in a given direction to the radiation intensity that would be obtained if the power accepted by the antenna were radiated isotopically. That means what is the reference? Reference point is if the power accepted by the antenna is radiated in all direction and radiated to a particular direction. That ratio is called our gain. So gain of the antenna is the ratio of the radiation intensity in a given direction. एक डायरेक्शन में जो रेडिएशन इंटेंसिटी होगा उसके साथ अगर पावर और एक एंटेना जो रेडिएशन आइसोट्रोपिक करता है मतलब ऑल डायरेक्शन में करता है उन दोनों का जो ये है वो है हमारा रेडिएशन इंटेंसिटी, सॉरी वो है हमारा गेन.
Thank you for calling.
Okay, understand? Understand?
Yes, sir.
So that is the gain. Simply gain of the antenna takes the directivity of the antenna into account along with its effective performance. Okay, so it will take the directivity of the antenna into account along with its effective performance. If the power accepted by the antenna was radiated isotropically, that means in all direction that I defined already, then the radiation intensity we get can be taken as reference here. The term antenna gain describes how much power is transmitted in the direction of the peak radiation to that of the isotropic source. This is the first point. Gain is usually measured in dB. Unlike directivity, antenna gain takes the loss that occur also into account and hence focus on the efficiency. Okay, understand? If anybody, I am just reading it, if anybody have any problem, please tell me. Okay, if you understand, because these are terms, this you have to understand. The term antenna gain describes how much power is transmitted in the direction of the peak radiation to that of an isotropic source. Peak radiation means अगर एक डायरेक्शनल में रेडिएशन होगा तो मैंने बोला था रेडिएशन इंटेंसिटी हमको पकड़ता है क्या, जहां पर सबसे ज्यादा रेडिएशन होता है, जिस दिशा पर सबसे ज्यादा रेडिएशन होता है उसी दिशा पे हम लोग पकड़ते हैं, तो उसी को हम लोग पीक रेडिएशन बोल रहे हैं. एंड दैट ऑफ एन आइसोट्रोपिक सोर्स, एंड जो ऑल डायरेक्शन में जो ये हो रहा है क्या उसका रेशियो में. गेन हम लोग डीबी पे मेजर करते हैं, आप लोग जानते हैं. डायरेक्टिविटी में आप लॉस को पकड़ते नहीं है, पर गेन में हम लोग लॉस को पकड़ते हैं एंड फोकस ऑन एफिशिएंसी, क्योंकि लॉस अगर ज्यादा हो जाता है तो हम लोग बोलते हैं कि कम एफिशिएंट है, और लॉस अगर कम होता है तो हम लोग एफिशिएंट ज्यादा बोलते हैं. मैथमेटिकल expression of gain G is equal to eta E into D, where G is the gain of the antenna. Okay, and E is the eta E is the antenna efficiency, and D is the directivity of the antenna. So that is the mathematical expression for our gain of the antenna.
सर एंटीना एफिशिएंसी कैसे कैलकुलेट करेंगे?
बोलेंगे इसके बाद ही एंटेना एफिशिएंसी जाएगी. Okay, so up to this clear everybody? Okay, so we are going to do the next thing, that is antenna efficiency. Just okay, antenna efficiency. Now what is antenna efficiency? अभी अभी हम लोग एंटेना एफिशिएंसी के बारे में पढ़ा है. तो व्हाट इज एंटेना एफिशिएंसी? अकॉर्डिंग टू द स्टैंडर्ड डेफिनेशन, हम लोग स्टैंडर्ड डेफिनेशन से बात कर रहे हैं, ठीक है. उसके बाद हम लोग उसका व्याख्या दे रहे हैं. तो अकॉर्डिंग टू द स्टैंडर्ड डेफिनेशन, एंटेना एफिशिएंसी इज द रेशियो ऑफ द रेडिएटेड पावर ऑफ द एंटेना टू द इनपुट पावर एक्सेप्टेड बाय द. ओके, दैट मीन्स जो रेडिएशन पावर होगा और जो इनपुट पावर होगा, उन दोनों का रेशियो हम लोग एंटेना का एफिशिएंसी पकड़ेंगे. मतलब एंटेना को मतलब चलने के लिए तो एक इनपुट पावर लगेगा, तो उसके साथ अगर हम लोग वो जो रेडिएटेड कर रहा है, मतलब जो एमिशन छोड़ रहा है, उसका जो अगर पावर कैलकुलेट रेशियो करेंगे तो हम लोग का एंटेना का एफिशिएंसी होगा. इनपुट जितना ले रहा है और रेडिएट जितना कर रहा है, उन दोनों पावर को हम लोग अगर रेशियो करेंगे तो हम लोग एंटेना का एफिशिएंसी कैलकुलेट करेंगे. सिंपली an antenna is meant to radiate power given at its input with minimum losses. The efficiency of the antenna explains how much antenna is able to deliver its output effectively with minimum losses in the transmission line. तो उसी के ऊपर डिपेंड करेंगे कि एंटेना एफिशिएंसी कितना होगा. अगर जो इनपुट ले रहा है उसी को अगर रेडिएट कर पाए तो हम लोग बोलेंगे 100% एफिशिएंसी. पर अगर नहीं हुआ तो हम लोग बोलेंगे 90%, 80%, 70%. जैसे जैसे घटेगा, जैसे जैसे लॉस होगा, उतना एफिशिएंसी कमेगा. इसी को हम लोग एफिशिएंसी बोलते हैं. जो जितना इनपुट ले रहा है उतना पावर आउटपुट में दे जाएंगे, मतलब रेडिएट करेंगे, तब हम लोग बोलेंगे उसका 100% एफिशिएंसी. दिस इज अदरवाइज कॉल्ड रेडिएशन एफिशिएंसी फैक्टर ऑफ द एंटेना. वही एक बात है, एंटेना एफिशिएंसी मतलब रेडिएशन एफिशिएंसी, क्योंकि एंटेना का काम ही है तो सिग्नल रेडिएट करना. जो इनपुट में सिग्नल लेंगे उसका पावर में कन्वर्ट करके पावर रेडिएट करना. तो अगर उसी को तो फैक्टर बनेंगे हम लोग का रेडिएशन एफिशिएंसी. तो मैथमेटिकल एक्सप्रेशन क्या है? eta equals to P rad by P input, means power radiation by power input. Okay. Sorry. Where NE is what? NE is antenna efficiency, P rad is the power radiated, and P input is the input power of the antenna. Okay. So this is very important. ठीक है, समझ में आया सभी को? देखो हम टाइम लेकर पढ़ा रहे हैं आप लोगों को, अगर कहीं पर भी समझने में कोई प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है या कोई असुविधा हो रहा है, क्योंकि एंटेना इज अ मैथमेटिकल पेपर, इट इज नॉट ए थियोरिटिकल पेपर। थियोरिटिकल है पर एक थोड़ा फिजिक्स रिलेटेड पेपर है, डिवाइस रिलेटेड पेपर है। तो इसीलिए तुम लोगों का आई थिंक ईएम थ्योरी था, इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिक फील्ड थ्योरी था।
यस सर था।
तो उसमें इसका हेल्प लगेगा, मतलब अगर वो ठीक से समझ के आए हो तो यहाँ पर तुम बहुत अच्छा, मतलब अच्छा समझ पाओगे। अगर वहां पर थोड़ा प्रॉब्लम है तो यहाँ पर प्रॉब्लम है, इसीलिए मैं ऐसे पढ़ा रहा हूं तुम लोगों को कि पहले बार तुम लोग एंटेना पढ़ रहे हो, मतलब ईएम थ्योरी तुमने पढ़ा नहीं, ऐसे समझ समझ कर मैं पढ़ा रहा हूँ। तो इसीलिए थोड़ा बहुत अटेंटिव रहो, और अगर कहीं पर भी तुम लोगों का प्रॉब्लम हो तो मुझे बताओ। So I think this thing is cleared. So I am going to the next parameter. Okay. Next is our aperture efficiency. Next point is our aperture efficiency. What point? Our aperture efficiency. And this is very much important point, aperture efficiency. Another very much important point. ये सभी जो हम लोग अभी डिस्कस कर रहे हैं, ये बहुत ही इसका आप लोगों का ध्यान रखना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि ये सब बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट्स है। जैसे कि ये अपर्चर एफिशिएंसी, ये भी बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट। अकॉर्डिंग टू द स्टैंडर्ड डेफिनेशन, aperture efficiency of an antenna is the ratio of effective radiating area or effective area to the physical area of the aperture. अब आप लोगों को थोड़ा हम एक तस्वीर दिखाएंगे कि आप लोग समझ पाओगे कि एंटेना कैसा दिखता है, या एपर्चर बोलने से हम लोग क्या बोलते हैं, एंटेना का टोटल अब तुम लोग देख सकते हो, ये है एक्चुअली एक यागी उडा एंटेना। क्या है? यागी उडा एंटेना, या हॉर्न एंटेना भी बोल सकते हो। ये एक टाइप ऑफ एंटेना। तो ये एंटेना में ये जो पोर्शन है तुम्हारा, ये जो पोर्शन है इसको हम लोग कहते हैं फिजिकल अपर्चर, इस पोर्शन। पर एक्चुअली दिस एरिया इज द इफेक्टिव अपर्चर। ये जो साइड होता है, जैसे कि ये वाला, ये वाला, ये वाला, सॉरी दूसरा कलर, ये सब जो साइड होता है, ये जो एरिया होता है, ये कोई इफेक्टिव एपर्चर नहीं होता, मतलब यहाँ पर से इफेक्टिव रेडिएशन नहीं जाता। तो फिजिकल एपर्चर टोटल है, टोटल एरिया है जहां पर वो पूरा एंटेना का एपर्चर एरिया है, पर इफेक्टिव एपर्चर इतना, समझ गए? मतलब पूरा एरिया ही मेरा फिजिकल एपर्चर है, पर उनमें से ये छोटा एरिया, मतलब ये जो आप लोग देख सकते हैं, ये जो मैंने रेड कलर किया है, ये एरिया से आपका रेडिएशन होता है या रिसीविंग होता है, जो भी होता है, यहाँ से ट्रांसमिटिंग होता है, यहाँ से होता है, पूरा एरिया से, साइड वॉल से या कुछ एरिया से, वहां से आपका ट्रांसमिशन या रिसीविंग नहीं होता। तो यही है फिजिकल एपर्चर और यही है इफेक्टिव एपर्चर। अंडरस्टैंड guys? Please tell me if you understand, then tell me. If you don't understand, then again tell me, because if you don't tell me, how can I tell you what is going on? आप लोग समझे?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So that is physical aperture and effective aperture. I think everybody has understand the difference. Okay, so we will go to the antenna theory again. Yes, according to the standard definition, aperture efficiency is of an antenna is the aperture efficiency of the antenna is the ratio of a effective radiating area or effective area to the physical area of the aperture. An antenna has an aperture through which the power is radiated. The radiation should be effective with minimum losses. The physical area of the aperture should be taken into consideration, as the effectiveness of the radiation depends upon the area of the aperture physically on the antenna. Okay, that means it is the ratio of physical aperture and effective aperture. So there is a area dependent. That's why the aperture efficiency must be calculated. So the mathematical expression for aperture efficiency is epsilon A equals to A effective, that means aperture effective, by aperture physical. So aperture effective by aperture physical, area of the aperture effective, area of the aperture physical. Okay. So area of the aperture physical and area of the aperture effective. That is the ratio. Oh, sorry. Upon in the numerator, it is effective area of the aperture, and in the denominator, it is effective area of the physical. Next, what is its unit? As because it is a ratio, so it does not have any unit. And what I told, that is EA is the aperture efficiency. Okay. So you can see that I have just described EA is the aperture efficiency. Epsilon, sorry, aperture effective is the effective area. AP is the physical. So I think no problem for it. ठीक है, तो हमने क्या सीखा? हमने गेन सीख लिया, एंटेना एफिशिएंसी सीख लिया, एंटेना एफिशिएंसी, अपर्चर एफिशिएंसी, और हमने डायरेक्टिविटी सीख लिया। तो हमने ये सब पैरामीटर्स के बारे में सब सीख लिया। अब कुछ बेसिक पैरामीटर्स है जिनके बारे में हम लोगों को जानना है। कौन कौन सा बेसिक पैरामीटर्स था? फ्रीक्वेंसी था, वेवलेंथ था, इंपीडेंस मैचिंग था, डीएसआर, डब्ल्यूआर, रिफ्लेक्टेड पावर था, बैंडविड्थ था, परसेंटेज बैंडविड्थ था, रेडिएशन इंटेंसिटी था। उनमें से रेडिएशन इंटेंसिटी मैंने कैलकुलेट कर दिया। फ्रीक्वेंसी तो तुम लोग जानते हो, फिर भी मैं एक बार आप लोगों को फ्रीक्वेंसी के बारे में बता देता हूँ। आप लोग फ्रीक्वेंसी के बारे में थोड़ा जानते हो, इसीलिए मैं सोच रहा था नहीं बताऊंगा, फिर भी एक बता देता हूँ। रेट ऑफ रिपीटेशन ऑफ वेव ओवर पर्टिकुलर पीरियड ऑफ टाइम इज कॉल्ड फ्रीक्वेंसी, ये तो सभी जानते हैं। फ्रीक्वेंसी refers to the process of how often an event occurs. A periodic wave repeats itself after every t seconds. That is a time period. A frequency of a periodic wave is nothing but the reciprocal of time. So that is f is equal to 1 by t. We know this, so I don't want to explain it again. And f is the frequency of the periodic wave, t is the time period, and the unit is hertz. Okay. So this is the figure. This is the sine wave plotted in voltage in millivolts against millisecond. So you can see after 2t milliseconds, it is repeating. After 2t, it is repeating. Let's see here. After 2t, it is repeating again. This is same as this. So that is frequency. Next, we will go to the wavelength. According to the standard definition, the distance between two consecutive maximum points or between two consecutive minimum points is known as wavelength. Simply, the distance between two immediate positive peaks or two immediate negative peaks is nothing but the length of that wave, and it can be termed as wavelength. The following figure shows the periodic waveform. The wavelength is lambda and amplitude are denoted in the figure. The higher the frequency, the lesser will be the wavelength and vice versa. So you can see this is the amplitude, this is the amplitude, and this is the wavelength. This is the distance between two higher peak, that is the wavelength. This is the distance between the two lower peak. So this is consecutive. You must be consecutive. That is important. Immediate negative peaks or immediate positive peaks. Not that this one and this one. Okay, if I draw another one, then this one and this one will be not. This one will be in consideration with the next one. Like that negative part also. This one is considered with this one. The median part also. This one is considered with this one. Okay. अरे कुछ बोलो है, हाँ या ना, कुछ तो बोलो.
यस सर, आ रहा है समझ में.
अच्छा. तो उसका फॉर्मूला क्या होगा? लैम्डा इज इक्वल टू सी बाय एफ. वेवलेंथ का तुम जानते हो. Where lambda is the wavelength, c is the speed of the light candela, that is 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second, and f is the frequency. और वेवलेंथ क्योंकि एक यूनिट ऑफ लेंथ होता है इसलिए मीटर, फीट, इंचेस, कॉमनली हम लोग मीटर यूज करते हैं। हो गया। नेक्स्ट है अपना इंपीडेंस मैचिंग। नेक्स्ट है इंपीडेंस मैचिंग। ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। According to the standard definitions, the appropriate value of the impedance of a transmitter when equals to the approximate value of the impedance of a receiver or vice versa, this is termed as impedance matching. बहुत ही सिंपल इंग्लिश है इसलिए मैं डेफिनेशन नहीं कर रहा हूँ। जब भी approximate value of the impedance transmitted is equals to the approximate value of the impedance received or vice versa, that is called impedance matching. Impedance matching is necessary between the antenna and the circuitry. The impedance of the antenna, the transmission line, and the circuitry should match with the maximum power transfer. This is very much important. It should match with the maximum power transfer takes place between the antenna and the receiver of the transmitter. So this is very important. Okay. The impedance of the antenna, the transmission line and the circuitry should match so that the maximum power transfer takes place between the antenna and the receiver of the transmitter. That's why we need this impedance matching, or else there is no need of impedance matching. So very, very important. Necessity of matching. Next, why we need a resonant device is one which gives better output at certain narrow band of frequencies. Antennas are such resonant devices whose impedance if matched delivers a better output. So what is a resonant device? A resonant device is a better output which gives a better output at certain narrow band frequencies. So at narrow band frequencies, the antenna are resonant device. So if the impedance is matched, you will get a better output. So what are these? The power radiated by the antenna will effectively radiated if the antenna impedance matches the fixed impedance. For a receiver antenna, antenna output impedance should match with the input impedance of the receiver amplifier circuit. For a transmitter antenna, antenna input impedance should match the transmitter amplifier output impedance along with the transmission line impedance. So these are you have to learn by heart. Okay. These things you have to learn by. The unit of the impedance is ohm. It is written as Z and it is known as ohms. So that is for today. Next day we will start with the VSWR or reflected power. So anybody, any questions or any other things? So 3 students have not joined in this session. I don't know why, but I am noting the attendance also. So that will be effective. So any questions about this? Any confusions? कहीं पर भी कोई समस्या तो बता सकते हो। अभी सिर्फ 1 मिनट है, तो इस 1 मिनट में तुम लोग बता सकते हो कहीं पर भी अगर कोई समस्या